Hi everybody, and today I'm back and I'm just looking at blind boxes or sort of blind toys and what it all means and a couple of my thoughts. There have been a few videos out recently and it's a topic that I've often thought about, obviously because I collect a lot of blind box items. I mostly collect Tokidoki or Tokidoki, so the little unicorns. But I also collect 52 toys and I collect Lego and Lego minifigures. So blind boxes is always something that I kind of struggle with. I love collecting toys. I mean, I collect Disney dolls and Lego in general and Barbie. So I collect a lot of other things, My Little Pony, but none of those things are blind boxes, and they're all items that I know what I'm getting when I purchase them. And for me, I have a huge problem with the whole blind box and just that sort of you keep buying basically to get the one that you want. So I just thought I'd share a few things from my collection and just have a quick look at a couple of different things to do with collecting when you do collect with blind boxes. I'm going to pop this one down here. And we're going to have a look at a couple of specifics. So pretty much everything that I've shown you today is probably just stuff that I've bought in the last couple of months. And you'll see, like with this one, I haven't even opened it. It's still in there. And I think the issue for me is I don't often buy a whole series. So I know a lot of collectors do because they want this thing here called the chaser. So a lot of toy companies do this. So there'll be the regular that you're going to get. So if you buy a case, you know you're going to get pretty much all of them, although sometimes these days you don't even get all of them when you buy a whole case full. But they include usually one or two that are rare, and so they're not in every set, if you like. So it may be that there's one chaser in every 5 sets of the toys, and often people want the chaser. The chaser's always worth a lot more. I do have a couple from when I've bought whole cases of the Tokidoki, but it is quite hard to find them. And even some of the general ones, if you're looking on the aftermarket, say on eBay, they will all go for roughly the same price, but some may go for a higher price. So where is it? Just for instance, the Fairy Unicorno series at the moment. I just got a couple because they were really hard to find in Australia. And one of the regulars, the Dragon one, is something like $70 if you want to buy it on eBay. So it's crazy sometimes the prices that they get. That's often frustrating because sometimes there are really specific ones that I want and ones that I don't want. So I do end up selling spares, and that's another problem. You often get duplicates if you buy just a couple of loose boxes one week and then go another week and buy a couple in the same series. You do get a lot of duplicates. And Australia doesn't have a lot of trading opportunities, so that's limiting as well. The other thing that's concerning me at the moment is these prices. So I live in Australia, so obviously it's probably different to where you are, but the prices of all blind boxes has been going up and up. So I started collecting unicornos in 2012, and they were probably $10 or $12, and now they're up to, this is our regular price for just the regular series, not a special. So it's between 25 and sort of 35. So the Hello Kitty anniversary ones, they were $35, and that's their normal price. And for me, that's just getting a little bit too expensive as well. So I used to buy a lot of whole cases, and I've had to cut back and just buy single ones. I find it interesting that it's not just the figures, so they come out with like little keychains. It's all sorts of stuff now that you can get in the blind boxes, accessories, which I do like, but again, I would just prefer to be able to buy the one that I want. It's the same with lots of different brands. So this is still a Tokidoki one, but these ones are their pins. And I know Loungefly, especially for all their Disney pins, it's all blind boxes now. and it really frustrates me. I just want to know that I'm getting the one that I want instead of getting 6 that I don't want. So I do find that a problem, and I do associate it with a form of gambling because you don't know the outcome, and it is a bit of a gamble when you buy 3 boxes and there's only 2 in a series of 10 that you want. You're probably not going to get the ones that you want, and that does increase the risk, I think, of purchasing more to get the ones that you want as well. So the minifigures are the same. You used to be able to sort of feel, I guess, if you were that sort of a person and inclined to do that, what was in the bag, so that helped a little bit. But now, of course, they've moved over to the cardboard packaging and you can't do that anymore. It's the same with even some of the bigger brands like Disney. So I collect the keys, and these come in a mystery box as well. So at least these are themed to a specific character. So this one was an Alice one, but again, there's 6 variants, and one is one that's more rare as well. Yeah, and of course that time I didn't get the one that I wanted. So there's lots of Pop Mart figures where they come in blind boxes as well. Usually they're in sets of, say, 8, 10 or 12, and you just don't know what one you're going to get. Skull Panda is the same. So they will come in sets in blind boxes, and they're all increasing in price. I think the thing that most worries me is that kids' toys are starting to come in these blind packaging. So I don't have a lot of the kids' products, but Barbie Reveal, of course, they're all sort of blind. And then all these little new accessories that they're coming out with, they're all sold on the blind box, sort of same principle. Same with LOL, lots of the LOLs. The dolls now come in little blind bags or blind, I don't know what these things are called, these little, I call them like egg things. I know they're not eggs. So the Miniverse, the Zero, I don't know. I'm just, yeah, for me it's worrying that these are marketed like at kids, whereas all the other toys I collect, except for maybe the minifigures, are aimed at adults. So I bought a couple of these. They do fashion ones, which are really handy for my Barbies, and I do like Harry Potter, so I bought a Harry Potter one, but I haven't opened it yet. I don't like the amount of packaging either on these sorts of things, but I hate that it's all random and that you don't know what you're getting. So yeah, to me, I love toy collecting and I won't stop. I'm trying to cut back a little bit, although then I go and find like a new series that I totally love, all these Disney 52 toys that are hard to get here. But I do think that, yeah, that more discussions need to be made because more and more kids' toys are being made in the blind packaging. And to me, that's really scary. It hooks children in at a very young age. I was already an adult when I started collecting. But even for me as an adult who've been collecting for a very long time, it is hard to set boundaries and to not overbuy and to not keep buying because you didn't get the one that you want or the hidden or the chaser. Yeah, so I think it's interesting and I think it's worth discussing for sure, and worth thinking about why companies do this as well. Let me know your thoughts and what your favourite blind box series is and why.